Paragraph Daled, V'zeh b'chinas Sukkos v'Daled Minim, and this is also tied into the Yontif of Sukkos and the Daled Minim, as we showed before. Uklal Hadover, to understand what this whole issue, Ki b'chodesh hakodesh hazeh mi Rosh Hashanah Shmini Atzeres oiskim betiken Malchus Emuna shehi b'chinas Bas Melech Hanal sheborcho tachid Chomishal Mayim. Throughout, from Rosh Hashanah through Shmini Atzeres, we're involved in the Tikkun HaMalchus, which is synonymous with Emuna. Malchus and Emuna are one and the same, as Rabbi shows in Likutey many times, which is called Bas Melech, which is that Bas Melech that ran into the water castle with those 10 walls of water. And we are trying to extract, to remove from her those 10 poisonous arrows that the wicked king shot into her. Which is accomplished through the tshuva that we do throughout the Aseres Yemei Tshuva. And after the Aseres Yemei Tshuva, we enter into the Sukkah, Shehi Bechinas Ananei HaKovod. What is the Sukkah? The Sukkah is the clouds. The 7 days of Sukkot correspond to the 7 clouds that traveled with Klal Yisrael. As the Pasuk says, the aid Yalem in Ha'oretz, there's a vapor that rises up from the earth, Vehishko es kol pnei Adama, and it waters, it nourishes the whole earth. Aid Yalem in Ha'oretz, ze bechinas isarusa de lasato, bechinas tzedakah. This vapor that comes up from below represents the concept of Isarusa de Lesato, where we have to make the first move. Down here, we have to do something to start the process. We have to show some initiative, some effort. For example, like the mitzvah of tzedakah that we mentioned earlier, where a person does so, he takes an action, he gives something. Nasan anonim sheshoivchim meimei hashefa vadas, and from that is generated those clouds that pour the waters of Shefa and Das, Shehem Nimshachim B'Shoroshim B'Chinas Hayud Chaymo Shalmayim, which draw from those 10 walls of water. Shaydezeh Yesh Koyach Bo'ananim Lizboil Hamayim. That's what gives the clouds the ability to retain that water, to hold that water. Shelo Yetzu B'Shetav Chasham, that they shouldn't just come down and flood the world. Shelo Yachriv Oilam, it shouldn't destroy the world. We find that this is what Hashem prides himself with and praises himself in many places in the Torah. As the Pasuk says, Mi pileg lashetef tola. Who's the one who controls that flow of water? The Gemara says if 2 raindrops would go out, would attach to each other, the whole world would be flooded. Kavyochel, Hashem defines a path for each and every single raindrop, and each one of them has their own lane, and they don't crash, and they drive perfectly. V'chol matan Torah, v'chol hizgalus elokusoi lahanavim u'klal Yisrael hoyadei anonim. We know that matan Torah, Hashem's giving the Torah to the world, and Hashem's giving nevuah, prophecy, to all the prophets, was all connected to the clouds. As we says in Tehillim, Be'amud onon yedaber aleihem. Hashem spoke to them through a cloud. As found in many psukim in the Torah. Ki hamayim heim bechinas das, because water represents das. We mentioned ki molo ha'oretz deo es Hashem kamayim li'amechasim. Umehem haschola sabriya, and that was the beginning of creation. When Hashem first created the world, it was water. Ki mitchilo hoya olam mayim b'mayim. At first, it was wall-to-wall water. V'alkein lo nizkar brias mayim, and that's also why the creation of water is not mentioned in the beginning of the Torah, where it talks about creation. Ki nimshochem mea maimar sosum Bereishis, because the creation of water comes from Bereishis, that hidden maimar. Ubohem hoyokol kol habriya, and in the water was nichlal, the entire creation. Kamashikosav Bereishis bora lekim es hashamayim v'esoretz, all heaven and earth. And the next pasuk says, V'ruach alekim rachefes al pnei amoyim, and the spirit of Hashem hovered over the water. So what was shamayim and oretz? It was moyim, pnei amoyim. Vayomer lekim yehi rokia besoy chamayim v'hi mavdil b'mayim amoyim. And then it says, Yikovu hamayim mitachas hashmayim amokim echad. Let all the waters gather to one place. Shekol ze nimshach mehayud choymoy shel mayim kanal. All of this comes from those 10 walls of water that we mentioned. Shehem keneged ho'asora mamorois, which correspond to the 10 statements of creation. She'al yodam nisave kol habriya b'toy chamayim. Through those 10 statements of creation, the entire world was created within water. Al yedei hatzimtzumim, through the different constrictions. Shehem bechinas choymois, which are walls. Hashem made walls around the water. He put walls around this body of water. This became the Mediterranean. This became the Atlantic. This became the Pacific. This became ki kulam bechachma asisa, because everything was created with chachma, shehu bechinas mayim, which is water. Meimei hadas, we say it's called. However, it's impossible for a person to receive a flood of chachma. If a person gets everything, gets a whole book thrown at them in one shot, they can't absorb it. They have to go page by page, line by line, chapter by chapter. Kim alidei hatzimtzumim. The chachma has to be put into tzimtzumim, letters which make words, which make sentences, which make paragraphs, which make a page, which make a chapter, which make a sefer. These tzimtzumim, bechinas choymois, that's the walls of the water. Those are these tzimtzumim. And when a person is poigim in those tzimtzumim, nisava mehem hachitzim, that's what generates those arrows, Rachmana litzlan. Ki yesh chitzim digdusha. Rabbi Nasan says because we know that there are holy arrows, there are good arrows, bibchinas, as the pasuk says, kechitzim beyad gibor, like arrows in the hands of a powerful archer, so too, and there it speaks in a positive way. Bibchinas hatfila, sheikra basora. Over there the pasuk is referring to a person shooting out his tefillah to Hashem, which is also the ikar tefillah is with a minyan, with 10 people. Shehi bechinas drichas hakeshes. That's the concept of the bow and arrow. Shemoitzi chitzim shehem diburi atfila. A person releases arrows which are his words of tefillah. Kamaishikosu besimin pei gimel belikutey tanina, as Rabbi Nasan explains in chapter 83 in the Likutey tanina, based on the Zohar HaKodesh. V'zeh bechinas hatikiois shesimonam keshes. With this, we could also understand the 3 different sounds of the shofar that we blow on Rosh Hashanah, the Tkiya, Shvorim, and Trua, where the Roshei Tevis for them is Keshes, which means the bow and arrow. Because again, Tkiya and Trua start with Tov. So you can't have Tov, if you have Tov, you don't know which is which. So Tkiya is Marumas by the next letter, the Kuf, and Shin is Shvorim, and the Tov is Trua. So this is from the Zohar HaKodesh. The Zohar HaKodesh says that the word Keshes is the different sounds of the shofar. Shesimonam Keshes. Ukeshedoyer hamabel pogbu bavaneseyem. And when the doyer hamabel messed up with their averois, gormu sheniskalkalu hachoymo shalmaimanal. What did they do? They messed up the walls that were containing the water. Umishom hoyamabel. When the walls that are containing water break, what happens? A flood. Tsunami. Aval chas v'sholom sheiskalkalu legamri. But chas from heaven forfend that they should be destroyed completely. Ki efsher lekalkalom b'shum oifon rak ke'erkom niskalkalu k'dei lafitzam. It's impossible to wipe out those walls completely. It's just that those Rishonim messed it up according to how much of a mess they made, according to the Averos that they did, Kedei lahafitzam, in order to drown them, in order to destroy them. Aval bechemlas Hashem himshich koyach hachoymois hama'ak v'mamayim l'toich tevas noyach. However, with Hashem's great kindness, He drew the power of those walls into the Tevas Noach, into Noah's Ark. And from that, the world survived, from those people and animals and everything that were closed up in Noach's Teva. Kisoid Tevas Noach nimshach me'achoymoisanam. Because the secret power of the Tevas Noach comes from those walls, those 10 walls of water. After that, Hashem promised that He will never again bring a mabul because of the schus of the tzadikim. V'oz hivtiach, and then Hashem promised v'niraso hakeshes bo'onon, that if ever things get real bad, I'll show the rainbow, which is also called keshes, the rainbow. Hakeshes digdusha shemoitzi chitzim digdusha. That's marames to the rainbow of the keshes of kedusha, the bow of kedusha, which is what shoots those holy arrows, the words of tefillah. V'hu nire be'onon. Where is the rainbow seen? In the clouds. Sha'al yodoi kol hizgalus haTorah. The clouds are what give forth the rain, the water, which is the revelation of Torah. V'alkein mazkirin inyan tevas noach b'Rosh Hashanah b'tchilas birchas zichronos. This is why we have a whole paragraph in Shmon Esrei on Rosh Hashanah, in the section of zichronos, which speaks about tevas noach. Ki kol b'chinos hagdoshos kshurim ze boze uklulim ze boze ki yodua b'chol darkei chochmas emes. Because all the different symbols of kedusha are all connected to each other, and they all include each other, as is known this famous rule in Kabbalah, in the limud of Kabbalah. V'alkein b'sukkos oiskim batikunim hanasim al yidei tshuva shel aseres yemei tshuva. And based on what we've learned till now, this is why on Sukkos we're involved in making those tikkunim that were started through the tshuva of the aseres yemei tshuva, shayidei zeh hoitzi achitzim, through which we were able to succeed in extracting the arrows, the poisonous arrows that the evil king shot at the Bas Melech, v'chulu, etc., as we spoke earlier. V'alkein bechag oiskim betikun hamayim. And this is why on Sukkos, one of the main focuses that the Gemara says, on Sukkos were judged for water, and that's when they had the special nisuch hamayim. This is the secret of the water that was poured on Sukkos down those pipes on the Mizbeach, down those holes on the Mizbeach. And on Sukkos is when we have the highest level of simcha, the main simcha, which is the simchas beis hasheva. V'alkein bechag nidoinin alamayim. And this is why the Gemara says that on each one of the holidays, Klal Yisrael is judged, the world is judged for something. On Sukkos, we're judged regarding water. Ki ikra tikkun al yidei hasimcha. Because the main tikkun is through simcha. V'alkein oz hu zman simchoseinu. And that's why Sukkos is also called zman simchoseinu. V'oz nichnosim bas-sukkah. That's when we enter into the sukkah, which corresponds to the special clouds. And also the sukkah that we go into alludes to the sukkah of the future, which is called the sukkah of the Leviathan. As the pasuk says, Hismale v'sukkos oiroi. It associates the word sukkos, even though it's spelled with a sin, with the oiroi, the oir of the Leviathan, the skin of the Leviathan. Ki ha-Leviathan b'toich hamayim, because the Leviathan, that huge fish, is in the water. V'shom b'sukkah mekablin ruach chochmo hanimshach me'onon shalak hapoiris. When a Jew goes into the sukkah, he receives the chochma, which came from the cloud that was above the kapoiris, the covering of the Orain, in the Mishkan, in the Beis HaMikdash. Shemisham lomdu shir sukkah yud tfachim. That's where the Gemara learns out the height of a sukkah, which is the 10 tfachim, the minimum height of a sukkah, 10 tfachim, from the Orain, from the kapoiris that was above the Orain. V'oz zoichin lesimcha. Sukkos was zoichet to simcha, v'alkein tzrichin laharbois b'tzdaka be'erev sukkos. And this is why there's a special inyan, this is written in the writings of the Arizal, that Erev Sukkos is a special time for distribution of tzedakos. Ki kol tikkun hachodesh hazeh al yidei tzedakah shubchinas esarusa delasata shayidei zeh ikra tikkun. Because the whole tikkun of the month of Tishrei, the Rosh Hashanah, Seres Yemei Tshuva, Yom Kippur, Sukkos, All of it is dependent on tzedakah, which we mentioned earlier is one of the greatest examples of isarusa de lesato, where we show initiative down here below. We do something through ashal yidei zeh ikar tikun. That's how we're able to bring about the main tikkun.